Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for another Call of Duty video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some new things, some new information, some really exciting information that was released today about Call of Duty World War II, some new features coming to the game, some changes, and some other really cool things that are going to be coming to Call of Duty World War II. So before we get into that, guys, real quick, the gameplay you're actually watching is some Modern Warfare Remastered, playing some Sabotage. I honestly have not played this game mode in a long time, just because, you know, it was not really one of the more popular game modes, and I don't think they actually had this game mode past World at War, I don't think. So just a little bit of a nostalgia going back playing and screwing around in some Sabotage. But anyway, first things first, create a class in Call of Duty World War II will be no more. So Call of Duty has had the create a class system all the way back from the original Call of Duty 4 all the way up through Infinite Warfare. So that's 10 consecutive titles across 10 years that we've had the create a class system. So today we actually got some information. There was a Q&A that Sledgehammer Games revealed a few more details on the new create a class system in Call of Duty World War II, and it's called Divisions. And Divisions is the new system and fundamentally redefines how players invest their multiplayer soldier's career. Divisions will replace Create a Class, and you will basically have 5 World War II divisions to pick from, and each of the divisions have their own combat training, division training, and weapon skills. So that right there is going to tell you that Create a Class is completely out. There's going to be an entirely new way to set up your, set up your gun, set up your class, and everything in Call of Duty World War II. And at the very end of that, it also said that it's going to each division is going to have its own combat training, division training, and weapon skills. So real quick right there, weapon skills, what is that going to mean? Is that going to mean that we're going to have in each division, say we have like a marksman division, is that going to make it so that our weapon skill is more accuracy or less weapon sway? Or are we going to have like a heavy gunner class that's going to have more bullet penetration as a weapon skill? You know, stuff like that, that is going to be innovating, you know, some new features to the series, and I'm really curious to see exactly how this is going to play out. We don't have to wait much longer, guys, though. I think it's like 4 or 5 days. We're going to find out all of the information on multiplayer. If you guys are actually going to E3 out in California, you guys will be able to play Call of Duty World War II multiplayer on the floor. I am not going to be one of those people, guys. I really didn't have enough money to go out and fly out to E3 and go to this event. Honestly, one day, that's kind of a dream, is to go out to E3 now that it's open to the public and actually be able to get hands-on with some Call of Duty and, you know, stuff like that. So really, this is going to change up how the game is played, being the fact that for the last 10 years of Call of Duty, pretty much ever since they innovated to the perk system, the create a class system, the kill streaks, that whole shebang back in 2007 with Call of Duty 4, we've had the create a class system. It's been a staple of the Call of Duty franchise since Call of Duty 4. That really means that, you know, Sledgehammer's not afraid to mix it up. You know, they proved that already with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare being the first, you know, game to go to the advanced movement, the first game to institute supply drops. So they're not scared to innovate, and not gonna lie, I'm not mad at that. You know, you can't just keep putting out the same game every single year. So if they were to go back just to the standard boots on the ground, you know, like Modern Warfare Remastered, I really think that a lot of people would be upset, because it really wouldn't be that much different than what we've already played before. So you have to innovate on that great recipe that made Call of Duty great. You still have to innovate on that for the game to be successful. So that's one of the big things that they're putting in this game. They're basically scrapping the create a class system, completely rebuilding it from the ground up in a new thing called Divisions. Honestly, I'm really excited to see more. So then the other thing, also in this Q&A, we got some more information on the PvP mode War. So it is a narrative-based PvP mode where the Allied and the Axis soldiers clash in a team-driven assault and defend gameplay in the fight for strategic objectives. So right out of the gate, guys, before I get into any more information on this, I am going to promise you, you know, obviously I don't know anything more than you guys know, but being the fact that there's a lot going into this game mode, there is no way that this game mode is going to be 6v6. They're not going to put this much time, effort, and all the resources into this game mode for it to just be another 6v6 game mode. I am honestly calling that this is going to be at least a 9v9 like Ground War, or a 12v12, possibly even a 16x16, you know, 16 versus 16, Allied versus Axis game mode on larger maps, and it's going to be narrative based. Like, I can see them sort of swinging over to having a game mode similar to, I think it's Operations, I think it is, in Battlefield, because so many people love Battlefield. There's all sorts of different vehicles, big maps, lots of people fighting each other. I honestly don't see why they wouldn't put something like this in Call of Duty. You know, you have ground war, but it's just 9v9 on the same maps. So I think with this game mode, we're going to be having specialty maps specifically for this game mode that are going to be larger. We're going to have more people playing on the map, and we're probably going to have some sort of vehicles, whether that be, you know, some tanks, being able to call in airstrikes and stuff like that, or they're just going to leave it to infantry only, and all your vehicles are going to come exclusively through the kill streaks that you earn. But one of the big things that actually up until this point we did not know about this is that Condrey confirmed that Raven Software is helping them develop this mode alongside Sledgehammer Games, and more details on the mode are expected to come at E3 along with the full multiplayer reveal. So as of this point now, everybody thought that Raven was just kind of chilling, doing their Modern Warfare Remastered, you know, the DLC weapons and all that stuff. And behind closed doors, they've been working hand in hand with Sledgehammer Games to develop this new, you know, narrative-based PvP mode that is going to be brand new, exclusively to the franchise. And honestly, like I said, I really strongly believe that this is going to be a massive game mode with at least, you know, 12v12, possibly 16v16. On some larger scale maps. Like for instance, if we're going to be doing the D-Day Normandy invasion actually being a PvP mode, you know, Allies versus Axis, you know, Allies are storming the beach, the Axis are trying to hold off the, you know, the people, and 16 versus 16, possibly even larger than that, because they already did confirm in a leak earlier this year, and then after the leak went out, Microsoft took it back down, saying that the max players that were going to be allowed in online on Call of Duty World War II was 48. Everybody said that, you know, that it was a glitch, Microsoft made a mistake, and me personally, I don't think that they were supposed to reveal that yet, and Sledgehammer told them to take it down. So don't be surprised if this new game mode war has possibly 24v24. That would be absolutely insane. The only problem with that is if they are going to have that, they really need to up their servers. You know, Activision and Call of Duty has really been kind of falling behind on the server tick rates and stuff like that, and they really need to address this issue because, you know, Battlefield has really good connections most of the time, and they're really falling behind on the tick rates in some of these, you know, the Call of Duty servers. And honestly, if they're going to have game modes like this, you know, that large with all those players and stuff like that, it needs to have dedicated servers. I think that's one thing that's really been lacking from Call of Duty over the years is really good dedicated servers, because it has one of the largest fan bases in all of gaming, and they're still playing on, you know, low tick rate, non-dedicated servers. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. But only time will tell before we see more information on this, and honestly, I cannot wait to find out more information, because the closer we get to E3, the more amped up I'm getting about all this new information and stuff like that. And then also, today, Michael Condrey tweeted out, I'm going to try to pop the tweet up on screen here real quick. So right here, it says that the countdown hype is real, hashtag Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. And this was a tweet that Michael Condrey put up earlier today. And then JBSFish123 replied, "How excited are you for us to see multiplayer?" And then Michael Condrey put 55 out of 10. So really, with Michael Condrey, the way he likes to kind of put hidden words and hidden phrases and encode some of his messages and encrypt some of his messages and stuff like that, what a lot of people took from this is that it's 55 is going to be the max rank with 10 prestiges at launch. Obviously, in Advanced Warfare, they added 15 more prestiges after the game's launch, and I really do see them adding, you know, more prestiges, because I think this is probably going to be one of the greatest Call of Duties of all time. Honestly, you know, I could be a fanboy. You guys can, you know, call me, you know, bandwagon, whatever. But going back to boots on the ground, going back to World War II, where Call of Duty started, and then with all of the advancements with the technology of the Xbox Scorpio, PS4 Pro, the servers and everything like that, and just, you know, them wanting to go back to where Call of Duty belongs, I really feel as if this game is going to be one of the greatest Call of Duties of all time. So 55 is the max rank. Obviously, we've seen that earlier when we did the actual, when we saw the gameplay reveal, or the worldwide reveal. They did a little snippet of the headquarters, you know, the little, what do you call that, like the social area, and you saw in there that there were some people that were ranked 55, which is normally the standard rank for Call of Duty. Most of them went up to 55. You know, obviously Modern Warfare 2 went up to 70, World at War went up to 65, but you know, normally the standard is going up to level 55, which is the commander rank, which is what you need to reach before you prestige. But taking away from this tweet, you know, it was, you know, 55 is the max level, 10 prestiges, and you know, that's pretty basic. That's pretty normal, and it's not too much of a crazy grind. But I do see them adding more prestiges after the game's launch, just to kind of keep people grinding. And with the all-new divisions feature being across 5 different divisions, you're going to be able to rank up soldiers and compete in different divisions and stuff like that. I really think this game is going to have a very long, playthrough, longevity, replay value, all that stuff, obviously with multiplayer, but just being the fact that there's going to be a lot of things you can do, and especially with the social zone, being able to go in there and just kind of hang out in a social space like the Destiny Tower is going to be a really cool addition to the game. So, but that's pretty much all for the video, guys. I just kind of wanted to wrap up all that information today. We're still like 4 or 5 days away from E3, and we're still getting all this crazy information. Michael Condrey tweeting out, we're getting interviews and Q&A information and stuff like that. So if you guys want to keep up to date on everything there is Call of Duty World War II, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you guys do not miss anything. I would really appreciate it, and like I said, I will keep you guys up to date on everything I can with World War II Call of Duty. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.